markets Goa a lot, and we are using, the next step for us is to use the content from the Goa festival to go on to the Viacom international beams, which will help market Goa as a premium destination when it comes to entertainment and live music. I think that's broadly, there's a lot to talk, but broadly what comes in mind is that, and I'll probably have...
Yeah, also just to pick up what you're saying about going on international streams, the festival is broadcast in HD quality on YouTube, and also this year on the Hungama app, which has a very wide footprint. Of course, it then goes on to VH1 India and all of our affiliate channels as well. So there's a huge outreach that happens from the festival, which also highlights Goa as a great destination to come with your friends and have a good time during the new year. Now, just to give you a little overview on what we're doing in the festival this year, the one question that we keep getting asked is, what's different, what's new? The thing is, coming to Goa itself is what the objective is of VH1 Supersonic with your friends. We always say this is a festival of your friends. So it's not about, I'm going to come to VH1 Supersonic because there's something new or something different. It's because this is where I want to come and spend an amazing time, 4 days with my friends around me. We have an incredible festival lineup as always, and we've also put a lot of energy behind alternative music forms and not just mainstream music. Now, one of the things with mainstream music is it kind of self-propels itself. Really big DJs have really big marketing budgets, and they're able to spend that marketing on making sure you listen to only their music. So some of the world's best DJs have amazing marketing agencies behind them that make sure that when somebody's coming into dance music for the first time, this is all you'll see. You will always see music on YouTube by these same DJs. And at Supersonic, we've really made a conscious effort to not just nurture local talent, but also to expose people to other forms of music that are widely popular around the world. Largely, I mean, the two genres that we're focusing on this year are techno and bass music. In the techno space, we've got one of the world's biggest techno franchises, Awakenings, which is based out of Holland. They are here and they're hosting 3 days on one of our stages. The interesting thing about Awakenings is that the guy who runs Awakenings is a guy called Rocco. He used to come and party in Goa in the 90s. So he's been to Hilltop and Disco Valley. He used to stay at Gabriel's guest house in Qatar. He wants to go and check out if it's still there. I looked it up online, it's still there. So he wants to go and say hi to the owners of Gabriel's guest house again. And when he used to come to Goa, he said that, you know, he loved the coconut trees, he loved the beaches, he loved the people, he loved going around on a scooter all over Goa, but he didn't like the trance music. So he always dreamed of doing a techno party in Goa, and this year that dream is coming true with VH1 Supersonic. So it's a really interesting story. I mean, hopefully you guys will get to meet Rocco as well. He's a bit of a character. On the bass side, we have a very strong association with Arms House and UKF, two of the world's biggest bass music brands. And the really good thing is, the guys who are part of those organizations are best friends with some of the biggest bass DJs in the world. So that party on our little stage is like a festival within a festival. You have to come and experience it. It's a lot of fun. They're constantly pulling people out from the audience and they're making them dance with them on stage and party on stage. So it's a really infectious kind of a vibe. And it feels very tightly knit because everyone knows everyone else. All the artists know each other, all the MCs know each other, the guys behind that bass community, they all know each other, so it's quite fantastic. On the Indian artist side, we're really happy that we've got more than 50% of our artists from India. We've got some of the best artist talent that's been coming out of India over the past few years, the past 15 years, playing at our festival, and also new talent as well. And as always, we're very strongly represented by local DJs from Goa, who've really kept the Goa party scene alive, kicking and well for the past 20 odd years. In fact, I was at Sync last night when there was a party happening, Bullfrog. It's amazing to see the kind of energy that they generate, the DJs from Goa, with the local Goa community. So that's largely the festival overview. We've got 3 stages once again: the Laboratory Supersonic, the Laboratoire Supersonic. It's meant to be a tongue twister. It's inspired by the Pink Panther hamburger scene, remember that? So Pearl named the stage, and she said she wanted it to be fun and complicated, so it's supposed to be called Laboratoire. We've of course got our main stage, which is Ironheart, which is making a comeback this year. We've changed a lot of things around at the Ironheart. It'll hopefully be ready by about 6 or 7 o'clock in the evening. There's still a lot of work to be done on it. And we've got the Spectrum stage, which this year is fantastic. And what we've tried to do with Spectrum this year for Awakenings is make it into a very nice, cozy vibe. So we've actually brought the stage a little closer to the 7 or 8 coconut trees that we have there. And we're going to build the stage into 2 wings. So if you go there, you'll see the stage kind of comes out like that. And with the coconut trees around, that community with about 2,000 people in front of that stage is going to feel very, very special. And it's been designed with that intention. Safety is a very, very big deal for us. This year, for the first time, we've been wanting to do it from the very first year, we're going to be giving out free water at Supersonic. Now, it may seem like a very small thing, but very often when you're dancing on the dance floor, you always think that, I've got to buy a bottle of water, and it's too much of a hassle. So every stage has a dedicated water station. Water is still going to be available for sale at bars, but we are going to be giving out free water at 3 specific water points, one at each stage, one at the base stage, one at the main stage, and one at Spectrum. And there's also a lot of communication from the MCs that will be done on stage, which is see something, say something. So what we try and tell people is that we're one dance music community, and our medical team and our security can't be everywhere. So if you see something that doesn't feel right, doesn't look right, say something, inform someone. So if your friend is not feeling well, don't leave him lying down there saying, oh, he's only drunk, he'll be fine, and carry on partying. Don't ignore your friends if they need help. And nobody gets into trouble for asking for help. So we've got really good medical teams that are in place at the festival. And if you're feeling dehydrated, if you're feeling a little giddy, just go out there and ask for help. And
if you see broadly, I think how you execute the security on ground is something which Indian market is still evolving. Because we've not still, I would say, in the very advanced stage of festival organizing. We've reached the middle space. It's a good space to be in. We're not there, but we're right in the middle. At our end, I think what we are doing, and the 2-3 very clear pieces, which is in addition to what you would see otherwise in any of the festivals specifically of being organized in India. One layer is having a very strong international SOPs in place. So we've got SOPs which have come from the large format events which Viacom does in Europe, in Japan, in US, and they have some mandates which are beyond the mandates which authorities kind of have prescribed in their permission processes. So while we are following whatever has been given by the fire, by traffic, by medical, we've layered that up with quite a few other measures which are practiced internationally. So that kind of gets implemented by the team which is there on ground doing security. On top of the team, we've also got a team which is headed by a few people from South Africa, Europe, which is the international team, which kind of oversees the whole mechanism. So you have A, the mandates of authorities, B, something which we've got from our international large format events, and on top of that, then you have international team which kind of makes sure that all that is followed and more is kind of taken care of. You can make sure you have the safeguards and you're doing as much safety you can, but incidents can happen. That is why they're called incidents, and that is a possibility. One can make sure that you follow the domestic guidelines, you layer them up with some more learnings you have from other markets, and then you layer that up with a team which will execute it. So I think at my end, I would say security comes from that perspective, that you need to have multiple layers, you need to have learnings from your market and from the other market, and you have to very diligently follow the prescriptions which are being given by your authorities. So I think with security, that's the way I see it, and that's the way we've been following it up, and it has kept us in good state. If you see the kind of comments, the way the people have reacted to the last 2 years, saying it's a safe festival, you feel good when you come in. So that's from an overall security perspective. So that we're doing. We've got our scanners outside in terms of small bags which ladies can get in, otherwise bags are not allowed. You have your sniffer dogs. You've got your patrolling teams inside going into activated special emergency response teams. There are 8 teams like that with 6 members each, which are going to be placed strategic parts of the festival to make sure that in case something happens, in any type of incident is kind of taken care of. Then when you come on to the medical side, I think we would be probably the first festival where you have a full-on intensive care unit set up inside the festival. So we've got I think 2 intensive care units in the festival. We've got a full-on ICU van outside. So the medical has been taken up to the next level. We've got Manipal hospitals partnering with us, brought in by Starlight with Salish, quite strong involvement to make sure that we've got very professional, strong medical representatives on ground. So there are doctors, around 4 to 5 doctors, full-fledged doctors on ground. There's a doctor in the van. So those 2 aspects then kind of go to the next level. Then obviously the key things is also about how do you prevent incidents, and how do you make sure people are in a safe place. So I think Stay Hydrated campaign thought by Nikhil, keeping water free, was a fantastic thing, and that's kind of I think will help people to be in a good shape, because it's hot as the day progresses. If you have water just around the corner, you don't have to go and buy it. It's easily available. People tend to drink, and that kind of keeps people in a good.
I think we're going to start off with about 10 to 12,000 on the first day.
This is for 4 days.
It's for 4 days.
Yeah, it is.
And we build up to about 22, 25,000 on the last day. So it progressively gets bigger and bigger as we go forward. But I think across the span of 4 days, we'll get close to between 80,000 to a lakh visitors.
I would say, it's about, we've seen a progression of around 20-30% scale up on the festival year on year. Nationally also, I think on all the live events, nationally the growth rate of footfalls is increasing by 15-20%. So we don't expect to take it very, very mass and make it we want good quality crowd, good experience, have the right kind of people on ground. That's why you see for the last 3 years we've kept the space almost in the similar place. We don't go overly aggressive in terms of having too many people in. Get the right people in. I think for us, if we are close to 100,000, 110, 120,000 for over 4 days, it's a good number to be in. So we started with 50,000 in the year one. Second year was close to 70, 80. This year we're looking at get 20% more. So if we got 100, between 100 and 120,000, I think we'll be in a pretty good shape for that.
There's also a pattern of educating people about other forms of dance music. So everybody knows who the top 10 DJs are in the world. But if that's the only music you keep playing, then you're basically playing the same music that you have in your CD, in the gym or in the car. So why would you come to a music festival and listen to the same thing over and over again? I mean, we do have some of the biggest international names playing for us. Disclosure, Axwell and Zed are extremely heavy hitters when it comes to the dance music scene globally. But it's not just about them. It's about the entire offering of artistic talent and music at Supersonic. So when you look at the techno lineup that we've put together, the bass lineup that we put together, these are the best lineups that Asia's ever seen, not just India.